this song is for you. You can't wear it on your chest, but you can feel it in your heart. And I hope it brings you comfort when this world grows dark. Let it echo through the madness, let the message pull you through. This is our medal of honor to you.
Now back to Armed Forces Weekly with Donna Lyons on TSPN.
Welcome back. This is part 2 of my interview with Jan Rusk. She is a Blue Star mom and actually president of the Blue Star Moms in Folsom. And we've been talking about the organization and what it's all about and who can join and all this wonderful information that's out there. It's such a great organization. I mean, even if people don't have someone that is in the military, they can come and help by just going to the concert and buying a $10 ticket, which will go towards the boxes.
Yes.
Tell everybody again real quickly about the boxes so they know what I'm talking about.
Well, if anyone has seen us on the news, it's usually we get a lot of coverage when we send out the one price packages, boxes from the post office. And we send out thousands every year that we pack with a lot of donated goods. We work very hard to get all those things donated. And we have some great stories. There was a gentleman, and it was in the early part of Afghanistan, and they didn't have the amenities that a lot of the places do now. And he was just miserable, and he was wet, and he was cold, and he was tired, and it was mail call. And he got one of our boxes, and he opened it up, and there were clean socks. He hadn't had clean socks in a month.
Aww.
And it made his day, and we got the most, of course we were all.
Yeah.
But
we're moms, that's what we do, we cry.
We cry, nobody cries alone in my presence. And so it was just wonderful that we had this man that we just made his day just because we could send him some clean socks. And then, you know, the cookies and the candy and the peanut butter are always welcome as well. One of the most touching stories I've ever heard come out of our chapter is there was one of our deployed warriors, and he really, we just cannot understand the stresses that they go through in this in these situations, and he really had lost all hope. He had felt abandoned. He had felt misunderstood. All of the stresses I can't even begin to verbalize where this young man was. And he really had decided that there was no reason to go on living and had made plans to end his life. And mail call came. And he got a box from Rolling Hills Blue Star Moms. And he said, he wrote us a letter, and he said, the fact that you cared enough to send me something is the reason I'm walking on this earth today.
Oh my God.
So a box, you know, it's amazing, you know, it's a box, but it is, sometimes it's their only connection to home. So we pack every single one of them with love, and we seal them all with a kiss. We put on bright red lipstick and kiss them.
Oh, how cute. I love that. So I want to come kiss some boxes.
You can come kiss some boxes.
I
definitely.
do. I want to help you guys.
That would be wonderful. We'd love to have you.
Now, do people put letters in there? I mean, do you have people write letters?
We do. We actually, Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts very often do letter writing campaigns. A very dear friend of mine, Allison, her sister is a teacher at River Lake School in downtown Sacramento, and so I had all of her first graders write a letter, and oh, they were so cute, and they drew pictures, and so yes, we have a lot of letters, and cards, we get a lot of cards, just we also have put collection boxes out in the community. If you're near a Patelco in the region, they are doing a drive for box stuff that we send out in the boxes.
Okay.
And Starbucks, one of the biggest hits are those VIA packages. If you want to make a deployed warrior happy, buy a package of those VIA mixes and get them to us. I'll come pick them up.
Are those the individual,
yes.
the instant coffee?
Instant
Oh my
coffees.
gosh, I love those things.
Yes, and you don't need to have hot water. You can dump them in cold water. Of course, in the summer, the water's 120 degrees.
It is.
But they love those little packages.
And what else can people get them? What are some of the other things
things that they love? Well, everybody always, I guess at the beginning of the war, before they had a lot of facilities, everybody figured toiletries. So for the most part, toiletries are good, but we always need the clean socks, always. Cookies, individually wrapped candies, they can't be chocolate.
Okay.
About half the year, we cannot send chocolate because it'll melt.
Right.
Decks of cards, games, letters, just a letter from home. Just describe, your day. What we think is just mundane is like a little piece of heaven for them. Took the kids to school, went and got milk. They love to hear those kind of normal things. DVDs are huge.
Right.
Most of them have access to a DVD player in this day and age. So we definitely take those. And if you have magazines specifically or books that are male-oriented, U.S. News and World Report, Time Magazine, I have a ton of Good Housekeeping in 17 magazine.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how, we send them, but I'm not sure, maybe in the outhouse, I don't know. But, so
I like the Globe, the funny ones where they actually make up the stories that are just so off the wall.
Yes.
I would think they'd get a kick out of those.
Oh, I'm sure they would.
That's the only I would think of that, or maybe you did too. Maybe you have sent some.
I do. The only thing that didn't make it to my son, and I probably shouldn't have sent it, was a rock star. He wanted a rock star so bad, and I double bagged it, and it still didn't make it. Oh. Carbonation, 120 degrees. What was I thinking?
Oh my gosh! Oh my God! They probably thought it was a bomb. Boom!
It didn't leak outside the box, thankfully.
Oh my gosh! But the sound. It could have just exploded. If someone has something that they would like to bring, I know you said there's drop-off places. Can they contact your organization?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Or you can also just, if you're near the Folsom VFW Hall, we have a box there. Everybody there knows who we are. They are so generous. They've actually built us a shed to store the things in between our packing parties.
Oh, wow.
So if you want to, you can either call me at 916-719-6857, email me, jan.rusk at yahoo.com. We have Facebook, Rolling Hills Blue Star Moms. You can send us a message on Facebook. Or drop it off at the VFW Hall and it'll get to us. Okay.
And then also, what other events do you have coming up after the run? Do you have anything planned, or what do you usually do?
After the run is really what we have kind of
Is this a once a year?
This year we kind of put all of our efforts into the run. Rather than hitting the community, it's tough times economically, and we understand that. And so rather than hitting the community several times, we kind of just planned this one big event, and we have gotten just phenomenal participation. Lockdown Brewery is going to be out there. We have Round Table Pizza. KFC out of Rockland is donating all of the lunches for the riders, which has been fantastic. Alhambra Water is donated all of the water for the riders. We really just have had a phenomenal response from the community. Deja Vu girls are going to be out there for a bike wash, and depending on your views of Deja girls,
the
that's
Deja
right.
Vu, yes.
The girls are going to be there. They are wonderful. They come out, and not only they charge for the bike wash, and then of course they accept tips. All of that money, Deja Vu gives right back to Rolling Hills Blue Star
So even
Moms.
the cost of the wash is going all back?
Going right back to us.
That's so
They're
sweet.
Fabulous, so
yeah,
we love
that's
to have
awesome.
them.
And anybody else going to be out there that, I mean...
we're still in negotiations with several. Those are the ones we've locked down for sure. But yeah, and Folsom Harley has just been, Jay at Folsom Harley has been phenomenal in his support of this event. So.
And does he donate,
he's donating the space, and he donates. He's fixing the volunteers dinner, and he donates all of the electricity, all of that, and has it on his website and just marketing it phenomenally for us.
How many years have you been doing this?
Well, we originally had one when we were just one chapter in Sacramento.
Okay.
And that was 3 years ago. And so this will be our second, but the first one is Rolling Hills. But we plan to have an annual event. I don't know. We're expecting possibly 500 people for the concert.
And you're limiting. Oh, okay. I was going to say, and you're limiting. You said 500. I'm like, wait, isn't it 300?
300. Well, if you want to ride, you could ride after 300, but you wouldn't get the coveted patch, limited edition patch. But we're expecting 500 people. I expect that next year we may have to go to a fairgrounds kind of a facility.
Wow.
We're expecting it to get pretty big.
Well, that's and you are friends. I want to tell everybody that Jan is friends with Courtney.
Courtney is a
who
member
was
of our
here
group.
and did the Wounded Veteran Run.
Yes.
And I think you had some of the Blue Star moms out there.
We did. We did indeed.
And hers keeps getting bigger too.
Well, the first year she expected maybe 100, 400 showed up. Last year she said, okay, we'll think 500, over 1,000 showed up. She's been so busy, I haven't had a chance to talk to her, but I hear it was absolutely fabulous. I was unfortunately out of town.
Right, yeah.
But it was, so that has just grown. The community support for that is just wonderful.
And that's why the community needs to support things like this, because it's not just Blue Star Moms. It's really about the families.
It is about
and
the families.
Families are so important. I mean,
Yes.
I don't know how many children, when I was writing the book, 12 Army Wives Give the Best Advice They Never Got, it was amazing the stories that I heard from the parents about how the children are affected by deployment and what they go through. You know, they're missing a parent, and we have to understand that. And I think, you know, having Blue Star moms to help everybody and hug them and say we're here is just amazing.
Well, we have moms that have children deployed, and it's not just when your child is deployed, although that is probably one of the most stressful times.
And that's usually when they join, right?
Well, no, they hear about us. We have a mom that she's actually the pizza vendor at the poker run. I was talking to her, and her daughter had just joined the Navy, and she just was out of left field, had no idea how to deal with it. And I said, oh, you come see us. And her daughter left this week for boot camp, and Mom's a little stressed. So we're going to bring her in the fold, and this is how you get through it. We have moms that I never would have made it through my son's deployment to Afghanistan without Blue Star moms. Been there, done that. Know how to get you through it.
Right.
And you need that sense of community because they've walked that walk. And they're going to get you through it.
Right.
And so now that I've walked that walk, I'm more than willing. I remember we went to say goodbye to my son when he was leaving for boot camp. And my daughter was a basket case. And I said, he's just going to Georgia. But it was very real, the separation. She couldn't just pick up a phone. So that was very much that family. That's what we're there for. We've all been there. So that's what we want to help with.
Yeah, and the organizations like this and how everybody's kind of connected, like you and Courtney, and of course I wrote the book 12 Army Wives Give the Best Advice, which I want to give you a copy for your friends you were just talking about, and for you. But I think, you know, it's almost like a handbook, and it just because it has Army Wives, it pertains to all of them. And then your other friend, Gina Woods, who is my friend. I mean, we're all just connected. The world is so small, isn't it?
It is.
Her Onward by Faith book, which is like a Marine Mom diary, was fantastic, and it helps you keep the faith. But she's always been connected with all the organizations such as yours, and I'm it's amazing. So the run, give everybody the details one more time.
Okay, the poker run, and it's not, and I need to be clear, it's not a run, it's a ride. But they're called poker runs.
Right.
In addition, we're it starts at Folsom Harley. Registration starts at 8 a.m. on June 22nd.
Okay.
I'm getting all tongue-tied. And then there are 5 stops, and we're going to have classic cars at each stop. Okay. And then big Fried Brothers concert from 3 to 5.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jan. I really appreciate it. Next week, I will be here again. Thank you for tuning in to Armed Forces Weekly. And Jan, thank you so much. And everybody go out and support Blue Star Moms. It's an incredible organization.
This song is for you.